Hello, everyone. Tis I want to talk about woke, the left, marginalized, my experience, my personal experience with someone who considers themselves marginalized. And I'll say initially, this, I, I met someone who I thought I had something in common with. And it was just really interesting. I thought this person's creative and seemed to be really nice and it seemed like we could have a really nice camaraderie. And so everything was cohesive initially. And it was just keep swimming. It was going along swimmingly. And I don't know. I thought for sure I had met someone who was very similar to myself. And I ended up being incorrect. I hate to say wrong, but I ended up being in a situation that ended up being very, very hostile and very uncomfortable. And I should have kind of seen it coming from early on, but I thought, no, I don't want to judge anyone, and I truly believe anyone can live whatever life they choose, and they still deserve love, kindness, empathy, etc. So, anyways, there was someone I got to know, and I thought it was another gal just like me, and this person says I was born hermaphrodite, created with male female parts, and this person's mom chose for them to be male representation, but yet inside they always felt female, so they decided to live as a female. And so I said, okay, I didn't ask, and it's not my business. Honestly, the only person's private parts I care about are myself and my husband. Other than that, not my business. I don't ask what's in your pants. So I thought, okay, I don't understand. I was not born that way. You do you. And so it got to be it went along. We had gardening and common and this and that. And then decided to go kayaking on the lake. And we're kind of just cruising around. And it's very peaceful. And all of a sudden, this person says, "Who did you vote for?" And for some odd reason, I hesitated because I wasn't quite sure which direction it would go. So I said, well, my husband voted for Trump, and this person literally lost their SHIT. I've never seen anyone flip so incredibly fast regarding being at peace and then all of a sudden raging. I never seen that. Well, I was kind of surprised, and they went on to say, well, Trump won't allow men to compete in women's sports, and they're using their oranges, splashing at the water. And I said, well, I said, in the military, men and women have different PT standards. And this person said, don't you ever call me a man? And I said, I didn't call you a man. I said, in the military, men and women have different PT standards. And this person was so angry and so hate filled. And then they said, I will never meet your husband. And I said, okay, what am I supposed to say? And I said, well, that's fine. And went on this rant. I couldn't believe it. And I said, my husband and I are the nicest people in the world. And you will not take that away from us. So they paddled away and went on this. I'd never seen it. And so, unfortunately, this person has a platform, followers, etc. Some hate-filled people do. Mocking Charlie Kirk, mocking God, mocking the president, hates this place, this country, and calls us NAZIS and Republicans this. And all I know is I'm not saying all marginalized or along that line or woke people, but holy cow. someone you got to say a prayer for. So, anyways, that's my experience. There's a way to get your point across without yelling and screaming or demeaning someone or calling them names. I just haven't experienced that within that community. So, anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. You can live how you want. You can be a Christian or not. You can vote for Trump or not. You can, believe in what Charlie Kirk says or not or whatever, but don't disparage or hate folks who do not have the same mindset as you. What's what makes us great is we can all have different lifestyles and still find common ground in something. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I hope this helps, and I'll be back.